It's time to be changing your underwear. Are you a tighty whitey kind of guy or boxers, boxer briefs? Hey ladies, are you granny panties? Are you wearing something sort of sexy, or is that just for special occasions? What am I talking about by saying it's time to change your underwear? You're not going to believe it. Let's find out. Welcome to Goose Pond Hideout. And I'm Rob. So what am I talking about when I say to you, it's time to change your underwear? I mean, I'm not literally talking about that. I'm using it as an example of, we get comfortable with something is what I'm talking about. And so kind of think of it like as a metaphor, if you will, for your life. And I've been thinking about this and trying to come up with a way to explain it because I've been chatting a lot with you lately in my previous videos, recent videos about making the move in, like our case, in the case of, from the city to the country. And it's difficult, but you can do it. And, people, oh, I can't give up this or I can't give up that. So I tried to come up with a method to explain the saying that I use where people will remain the same until the pain of staying the same exceeds the pain of changing. So I'm using the it's time to change your underwear metaphor for that example. And I've drawn some pictures here, so I'm going to share those with you. And I think this is a really great way to explain what in the heck I'm talking about, right? So our first picture here is just a little hump, and that kind of represents a hill. So I'm using a little red X here. This is you on top of your hill. And this just represents the situation that you're in right now. It's your job that you're in, or the education that you have, or family, relationships, whatever it is for you. This is your life. You're the little X on top of this small hill. And the reality of it is that, there's always going to be a little bit of pain in whatever situation that we're in, right? So, here you are on your little hill with your little bit of pain. And your pain could be the job. Maybe you don't like your job. You like the people that you work with. Maybe you don't like the people that you work with, but you do like your job. Maybe you're not in the relationship that you want to be in. Maybe it's the place that you're living. You don't really like it. It's too far. The grocery stores are far, far away, or they don't have what you like, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's just, there's pain in your situation. So you start thinking about it, and you see a life over there that's a bigger hill, that's a better life, and this is the life that you really want. So you kind of see yourself up on the hill of the better life, right? And this would make you really happy, right? So the bigger hill you want to live on, and that's like your happy place, and that's where you want to head to. So you start to migrate down the side of your hill, thinking, I'll just head on over to the big hill, which is my happy place, and everything will be great. And as you head down the side of your hill to get away from your pain, you're like, oh no, this is really bad. I have to cross the valley of great pain. And what am I talking about? That, maybe you're going to have to quit your job. You're going to have to pack up, let go of your lease and head off, and not have a place to live. You're going to have to, leave family and friends that you're comfortable with. And that's the point of the change in your underwear analogy, is to get from the place that you are to the place that you want to be, you've got to travel through pain. And that's the pain of change, is you've got to go through that valley of pain of change to get over to your happy hill that you want to live on. So you're like, I don't think so. And so you back up and you're back on top of your little hill. and you're on your little hill and you're looking over at the happy hill that you want to be on, and you're like, I just can't do it. I'm too comfortable here. I know my job stinks. I know I should get a better education. Maybe you want to open up your own little business, go, cosmetology, and you open up a shop in your home, or, electrician, plumber, whatever it might be. And you're saying to yourself, I really want to get over there, but my pain here where I'm living is manageable. And I don't like it, but I can put up with it, because boy, the pain in that valley to get through is just too great. So eventually, the pain of where you're living gets greater and greater, and finally the pain is so great that the pain of staying where you are now exceeds that valley of pain change that you can get through. The pain of living where you are now exceeds the pain of changing, so you can make the trip through that painful valley to get over to your happy place and live the life that you want to be. Whether, self-sufficient living, growing your own food, raising some own chickens, maybe you have goats, you're going to make soap and sell it, whatever it is, you can now finally make that move, because the pain of being where you are is so great. And that could be something like maybe your boss lets you go, or your work closes down, your apartment building goes condo, so you got to move out, or relationship ends and you're going to start over there anyway. So your pain is finally so great that now you can make the move. And usually 99 times out of 100, 99 times out of 100, what a person says is, why did I wait so long to make this change? And that's what I hope you really get out of this. Don't wait till the pain of living where you are is so great that now you have to move on to a new place in life. Channel that. Use it to your knowledge. And because now you know that what's happening, and it makes sense, so you don't have to wait till the pain gets so great. You can just go ahead and start looking, are you gonna, if you're in the Midwest and you want to move to the East Coast, or you're in a big city and you want to move, down south to the country, or, to the Northwest, you want to go to Alaska. I mean, there's a big move, right? And whatever it might be, that you can now manage your pain and manage your expectations and plan and get through that valley of pain without waiting until you're so miserable in the life that you're living that you can make that move. And that's, time to change your underwear. If you've been wearing the same tighty whities for the last 20 years, maybe it's time to brighten things up a little bit and get something a little fancier, right? Or just switch to jockeys, what the heck. But boxers, I guess I'm saying. And ladies, throw those granny panties out and get some thongs, right? I'm just teasing. But it's dealing with the pain, because we only have so many, trips around the sun on this rock that we're living on, and I want you to be living in a place that makes you happy. And again, whatever that means to you. For me, it's being here on the homestead. 12 years ago, it was being on our sailboat when we did that chapter in our life. So, if you want to travel in an RV, buy that RV and just go. If you want to live on a sailboat, if you want to move out to a homestead, whatever it is, don't wait till where you're living gets so miserably painful that now you have to go. Head it off at the pass, because it's all about you being happy in this life that we have with all the craziness that's going on in the world. It's about your freedom. I want you to be free and happy.